Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. As promised, I'm going to give you the results of the speed runs, and this video is gonna not be 10 more runs of me going down the road. It's gonna be 3 on 13 tooth and 3 on the 15 tooth countershaft sprocket. But there is some me discussing towards the end of the video what these runs show, and the main thing that it shows is that there's just not enough beans in the pot on this little engine for it to make a fart, and it needs a couple more ponies. That's all there is to it. You can sit back and make it snappier and probably do a little better on the trails down low if you put the 13 tooth sprocket on it, but it over revs real easy with that sprocket on there. I'm sure that's why Honda put the 14 tooth sprocket on there the way it was. You get kind of the best of both worlds with the 14 tooth. The 15 tooth just the engine just does not have enough to pull it in fourth gear, and it shows. But it's great if all you're going to do is drive around town and stuff like that. Man, this thing would be great with a 15 tooth sprocket on it, but it still needs more power, and we're going to find that out here in the next couple of weeks when my big bore kit shows up. So sit back, enjoy this video, and we'll talk to y'all later. The reason being, Hey folks, just got through with doing my speed runs on the stock engine with a 13, a 14, and a 15 tooth countershaft sprocket on the Honda CT125. And I'm not really surprised, but maybe a little bit surprised on it. The little Honda did fantastic. These are the tools that I had to use on it. These are sprockets back in opened up packages. And I'm going to tell you what's still on the bike and why it's still on there. Okay, it started with the stock 14 tooth sprocket. And the runs were pretty close to about what the seat of the pants feel. I was pretty much hitting the same mark on the shift marks with it. There's a spot where the power falls off, and anybody that's ever done any racing, it all of a sudden becomes a feel instead of there's no need for, say, like a tachometer to know what it's doing there. So made those 6 runs, came back to the house, popped off the side cover, loosened up the rear axle, loosened up the chain adjuster nuts, and then went ahead and popped off the 14 tooth sprocket and stuck the 15 tooth up there. And this is where, man, I was shocked. First, second, third gears with the 15 tooth on it are great for just cruising around. I mean, it's just like boom, boom, boom. You don't have to really rev the engine or anything like that to go from gear to gear, and it's nice. And my suggestion is if all you're going to do is road ride and in town and stuff like that, man, I'd put the 15 tooth sprocket on there. It's going to be a much smoother operating machine. I mean, your engine doesn't stress out or anything. However, in 4th gear, it will not carry the power, will not carry the higher gearing. It just will not do it. There is not enough power in that 8 horse 124cc engine to take a 15 tooth sprocket and put it past 95 kilometers an hour. It just won't do it. It just runs out of power, runs out of steam. So that shocked me. I really did not expect that. I knew the engine's low on horsepower, and I knew it was I needed more power in this bike no matter what. I needed it, but man, it shocked me on that 15 tooth that was like that. But if you're gonna sit back and run 80 kilometers an hour down the 80 kilometers an hour down the roads and highways, man, that's a good tooth for it, because it's easy on the engine. It's once you get past 80 to 85, takes a little bit to get to 80. You're going to be surprised. It was the slowest, in my opinion, just from watching it. It was the slowest to 80. When I edit it out, we'll find out for sure, but I'm pretty sure it's by far the slowest. Now, when I put the 13 on, it's snappy and it's quick, but it revs out too quick in each gear. So you're having to do multiple shifts on just normal riding that the other 2 gears you're just not doing. That's the seat of the pants riding that's with it. And I can tell you right now, without doing the editing, I'll guarantee you it's faster at 40. It's faster to 40 kilometers an hour. It's faster to 60, and it's definitely faster to 80. And I can tell you that just by where it was hitting those speeds on this piece of road that I was running it on. So it's by far quicker, but it revs out. And if you want to run, if you want to be revving out the motor, then this is fine. If you're going to do a lot of dirt riding, then man, I'd put the 13 tooth sprocket on there. But if you're going to do a lot of road riding, I would not put that sprocket on there, because you're going to be revving that engine a lot, and there is no rev limiter on this bike. If there is, I've never heard it, and I've had it up pretty high revs, especially today with this stuff. Now, the next step is, let's get the big bore kit, a full exhaust system, and an air intake system, and I'll say which ones I'm buying when they show up and I start the videos for that part of the run. I've done a lot of looking and thinking about what's the best stuff, and money really was not the issue on any of it. It was stuff that appealed to me, and what I've seen and heard about them. That's why I'm buying what I'm buying. But like I said earlier in another video, you know, guys, I live off of fixed income just like everybody else that's retired. And except, you know, there's the multimillionaires, and I'm not one. But I have an allotment of money that I can, you know, a certain amount that I can put on this bike each month, and next month I'm putting the big bore kit, the pipe, and the air intakes on it, and then come December I'm going to put suspension on it, and I will tell you what suspension I'm going to put on at that time. To be honest with you, I could get by without the suspension. This bike really does handle good. I could probably go a little faster in the dirt sections with it, but it does actually handle it pretty good. It's much better than my Honda Wave, but it could be much better too. So, you know, it's not a race bike, it's a trail bike. But that's what I did today, and I'm gonna put these little shots up here, and then throw some times up here and let y'all see that. So hope you enjoy what I put on after this, and we'll talk to y'all later.